Hey there, online students. It is Monday, February the 7th. Welcome to the fifth week of classes. I hope that you are recovering from the mini snowmageddon that we had, that little winter break that we got, which was kind of nice. It does make a little bit of a pain in the schedule. With the online classes, we really didn't have to adjust anything, but for the in-person classes, we've had to do that. But that's okay. It was nice to have a few days off, and hopefully the weather will get better for us from this point out. I wanted to touch base, of course, with you with what's going on this week. So let me start with NT 5103. In that particular class, we are now moving into what I like to consider the bread and butter of the course. You'll notice that for the vast majority of the course which remains, we're going to spend translating the text and working through what we call study guides. Study guides are in essence worksheets. They help you think through various passages, they ask you questions, they require you to look things up. It's basically a way to study the text of the Bible, and we're specifically going to tie it to the grammar that we're learning. So it's a exercise in learning and translating and working with the grammar. So you'll notice that we have various translation passages and study guides. You'll notice that some of the study guides have asterisks beside them. What that means is that study guide is not one you turn in. It's filled out for you. All you have to do is read it as you translate, etc. And then for those particular study guides that are already completed, you do have a translation assignment. When you get down to other study guides that you actually have to turn in, like number 3, you'll notice that there is not a particular translation assignment with that because it's actually included at the bottom of the study guide. So you'll notice that we are going to walk through the text. We're going to continue to study and work on our grammar. The goal was you had to read it in the last session on the theory, and now you're going to practice it and continually go back to Dr. Wallace's text and learn and grow. So this is going to be our bread and butter now for the next several weeks. And I want to really encourage you to take this seriously. I have found that my knowledge of the text really grows as I spend time translating it and studying it in this fashion. Now, it doesn't mean that's the only way to understand the biblical text, but it forces you to come to grips with the details, and that in itself is a very valuable process that yields a very good result. So I'd like to encourage you to take this seriously and to consider this a joyous opportunity to really dig into the text. In NT 5104, what we're currently working on is validation. So we have done some work already in validation. We've gone through the theory and we've done a practice. Now we are actually going to turn in the particular validation paper that's the assignment. Now I want you to note that what we have done for you is to define very specifically what the issue is. It's the referent of the phrase ta mesatoikon tu phragmo. It's not the definition of the words or the genitive, the force of the genitive case here, but it's the referent. What did Paul have in mind when he used this phrase? So what you will do is you'll walk through the process of validation. It'll essentially have 3 major sections. You'll have an introduction, the views and arguments for and against, and then the view you adopt with a response to objections plus some impact on meaning. So this is a very critical assignment. This in many ways is the bread and butter for exegesis. Now, I really want to stress this. We ask that you use at least 5 of the class commentaries on this assignment. So you'll have to show me somehow in footnotes or bibliography that you have used these particular commentaries. The argument is that they are the easiest way to get into the technical issues, and having a cross-section of them instead of just one is really important. Several of them are available in Logos if you want to purchase them. Several of them are available through the library website. If you get stuck and you can't find it and don't have access to it, please contact me and I will try to help you out. But at the same time, I expect you to do some library work on this. So please take note of that. And also note that in our course files, there is a template that I would like for you to use. This template, let me locate it very quickly. Here we go. Will guide you through everything that we're looking for validation. And all you have to do is fill it in. You'll see it's a Word document, so you can fill it in as you choose with the material that you find. But its goal is to walk you through the process. Now, if it'll load, I can talk it through with you. Let me actually open it up a different way. Maybe I've got a little problem with my internet connection. Let me do this differently. Can't type today. There we go. I'll just open it up this way. Sorry for the delay, but this particular file will walk you through everything that you need to cover. For example, it tells you what you need to cover in the introduction. It presents the views with pro and con evidence. It will wrap up with the impact on the meaning of the passage. So everything that you need to cover is in here. Obviously, you'll expand this, but use this to help you get through the process most profitably. Okay, now in NT 5110, we are working in perhaps one of, I think, is the most interesting section of the course, that of the canon. And essentially, this section of the course asks, why is our New Testament shaped the way it is? Why are some books in and other books out? This is a really hot topic within the public square, so it's good for you to know some basics about it. The key thing in this particular unit, though, is the bibliography that we're asking you to do for the research paper. So please read these instructions and follow them carefully. The difference with this bibliography is that we want you not just to list secondary sources, which you're going to do, but we want you to also list some primary source citations that are apropos for the topic you've chosen. So what I will do is make sure that you have followed these particular requirements. So read this through very carefully. Use this as a way to find evidence and record it properly. And then recognize that as you go forward in your research, you're going to continue to modify and add and change. You'll notice that I even expect that on the paper, you will have more sources than what's listed here in your bibliography. The argument is as you continue to do research, you'll find more material. So that's very important to note. Please read that and let me know what questions you've got. All right, well, I hope that you are looking forward to a good week. We are hopefully on the cusp of spring and looking forward to some nice weather. But I do pray for you regularly, so let me know how I can pray, and let me know if you have questions. I look forward to working with you online this week. Take care, and God bless.